Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Just like back with another video. You know it. Anyways, guys, I am so sorry for the next video. My dad called me. I had to answer it. My dad. Okay. By the way, first of all, shout out to my dad, guys. That's my favorite person in my family. I know most people be like, Josh, you're Jewish. Usually that's your mother. My mother annoys me, people. I'm gonna tell you that now. My mother annoys me. I love her, but my dad does not annoy me as much as my mom does. Anyways, I'm gonna go back to the Harry Potter thing. Sorry. Anyways, guys, I was talking about Harry Potter before when I got called from my dad. Anyways, so like I said before, I just to recap what happened to me with Harry Potter. Didn't read a lot, like reading a lot. Saw the first movie of Harry Potter, then had the first book read to me. Then I had practiced reading so I could read the Harry Potter books. Then after the Harry Potter books, I practiced reading for two reasons. One for Goosebumps books and one for Harry Potter books. Then after that, I focused on reading in general because I started to learn that if you read more, you do better in school, which I did learn that a lot faster because later on to this day when I'm in a history class, and before I even get to a history class, let's say I signed up for my history class for college, which I've done like 3 times so far. I have done 3 history courses so far. I have actually 4 if you count literature, American literature to 1865, because that means it's part history, part literature. So it's basically a combination of both. You learn. So anyways, my teacher would always, our teacher would say, is like, you get a history a textbook, okay? By the way, you can either choose to buy or rent our textbook. The textbooks I get, I usually choose if the history textbook or psychology or certain science. If I can buy it, I'll buy it. But usually it's a rent. It depends on the textbook and what it is. So anyways, my teacher would say, guys, class, everyone, I want you to read these pages before your this week or by the end of this week. I'm like, I walk up to bro, I'm already done. In fact, I've already read the entire book. So is there anything else you want me to do? I mean, like I really don't feel like reading it again. It was awesome. Don't get me wrong, very well written book, but I just don't want to read it again. So sure, just don't read it. It's like, okay. Anyways, so I remember one time I dual wielded 3 books at once. Now I can do that now, but it has to be like I could dual wield a Goosebump book, a comic book, and a freaking let's see. If I really had to, another Harry Potter book or Percy Jackson book, I could dual wield those 3 books. Okay, you might ask me how I do it. It's just really, really hard. The key word is a lot of bookmarks, people. You need to have 3 bookmarks, and you need to make sure they are in the right place when you're done. Plus, I have ADHD, so that technically helps a little bit, I guess you could say that. Anyways, I don't know if it helps me or if it hinders me. It doesn't really matter. So I remember one time I was reading 3 books at once, okay? I was reading Harry Potter, Percy Jackson, and let me sing it, a series of unfortunate events. By the way, anyone who says Harry Potter is so sad, I dare you to read all the Lemony Snicket's books. Sadness does not compare to Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events. It is so depressing, you might want to kill yourself. That's how bad these stories are. That's how depressing it is. These 3 orphans go through living hell in each installment of the book. And I don't know how many. I think there was like 10 or 20 installments. And they're very small chapter books. They're like Goosebumps books, but a little bit smaller. And they're hardcover. So I think they only come in hardcover, if I remember correctly. And I read them all. But that's how sad they are. It's like yes, Harry's parents are dead. Oh, boo-hoo. Guess what? At least he has he had a very terrible uncle. Guess what? The Baudelaire orphans are being chased because they're rich. They have an incompetent person handling their affairs. They always somehow end up either next to the enemy, or they've been accused of murder, or some shit what I didn't do, or their guardian always dies. It's not fair to them at all. It's like literally, you wonder, what do these kids do to deserve such hell? That's what I remember asking my teacher once. I asked her a real question. Like, it was a literature teacher. I think I was in 6th or 7th grade. And I asked my teacher, I think it was on 7th grade. I was like, what did these kids do to deserve this? Literally, what did they ever do? It just feels so like they're so targeted over nothing. Over something that they did nothing. It's sad. It really is sad to me. And they're like, it's just called a series of unfortunate events. And that's why it's like so sad. That's why when Harry Potter Folklore said in this video, by the way, if I shout out to him, he's one of my favorite YouTubers, said that the sadness in Harry Potter is just so sad. Don't come to me with that shit. If you read Series of Unfortunate Events and Harry Potter back to back, you will realize there is no sadness compared to Series of Unfortunate Events. You never in your life has Harry Potter made you want to die. Probably maybe once or twice when a character died, because you felt like you could never go on living after that. And then again, I don't think it's not like, but this is like non-stop sadness and it's eliminating events. Like literally every single page is depressing, is like suspenseful, and it's just so sad. I think one time I cried during class, and I got like, now here's the difference between me and Harry Potter Folklore. Harry Potter Folklore wasn't bullied in school. I was bullied in 6th grade. I think I was also bullied in a little bit during high school, but it was like for a week, and then I got the kid in trouble. The kid got in trouble, and he got suspended, I think, and he wouldn't bully me no more. I get bullied by my friends today, but, we're just guys, and we're assholes, so we do that anyway. So, fuck whatever. Fuck that. So, who cares? By the way, if you want a good group of friends, find assholes sometimes. They will always, no matter how dicky they might be, they will make you laugh, because I was laughing nonstop today, and it was so fun. Like, we were doing this fucked up thing. I'm not going to talk about it, because the old thing, I'm a monster, but we were just doing this weird thing, fucked up thing on a computer, and it was so funny. Anyways, back to the video, guys. We were, I was, just big Harry Potter fan. My favorite character to this day is probably Sirius Black. Second favorite character is Lord Voldemort. Third is probably Harry Potter. Fourth is Dobby. And then fifth is Newt Scamander. I love Newt. Okay, and don't get me started on Cedric. I fucking hate the dude. That's where me and Harry Potter Folklore differ. I think Cedric is a pompous-ass piece of shit. And he just pisses me off so much. The things that I will agree with Harry Potter Folklore is that Harry Potter does bring people together. Whether it has something that in there for everybody. See, I always align myself with Sirius Black and Lord Voldemort because, for example, I want to give you an example. If Lord Voldemort is just so evil and twisted in the brain, but, for me, I think of the very dark sense of humor that I have, and I could see Voldemort, if he had a sense of humor, having that sense of humor. And I find just things funny with things that usually aren't funny at all. Like for example, it's I'll give you an example. In Family Guy, there was a joke about Aquaman and how useless he is. And the joke was a girl's getting raped on the beach, and she's being called crying rape, and Aquaman shows up and starts saying, "You better stop that!" And the rapist is like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like, he calls some fish. "Oh, if you don't like some tuna, you better not look over here. Oh, please help! He's hurting me." And he's like, "Well, you better." And then he says, "Well, you should have not let him on then." I'm like, wow, that's actually kind of funny. Because I'm not gonna say this. I'm not gonna say it, but I mean, some rape could have been prevented, if it wasn't I mean, I don't know. Mixed signals is a real problem in this world. I'm gonna tell you that now. Some rapes probably were mixed signals gone wrong. I don't know. Okay, I'm just saying maybe 1% of rape might have been mixed signals gone wrong. Who knows? Who the fuck knows in my world? Okay, guys, anyways, in this world. Anyways, back to the Harry Potter thing. So, why I'm most aligned with Sirius Black for me is because one statement and one statement only. And that says when Peter Pettigrew says, "What would you have done, Sirius?" And Sirius Black said, I would have died than rather betray my friends. That's me sums it up. I will go, if you're my friend, if you become my friend, I will go to the ends of the earth to protect you. There's a difference. If it's an army of people after you, you're fucking done. I'm not protecting you. But if it's 3 or 4 guys, I'll do my best. But at the moment I feel like I'm in danger, since I'm a Slytherin, I'm going to save myself. But if I will be loyal to you to the very end, if that comes to the case. No. I would rather die to betray my friends. If there was a case where my friend, okay, there's a difference. If my friend's on trial for murder and I'm caught as a witness and I know he committed the murder, I'm not going to lie in court. I'm going to say he committed the murder. There's a difference. That's not betraying. That's telling the goddamn truth. Or else you'll go to jail too for obstructing justice. So, well, whatever. Anyways, so back to Harry Potter. It's back to Sirius Black and stuff. The reason why I like Sirius Black is, yes, the only person I say whose story might equal some series of unfortunate events is Sirius Black. His story is so sad, it's not even funny. He's disowned by his family. He doesn't agree with his family's views. He's disowned by his family. He leaves home to the only other friend/family he knows that the Potters. His best friend in the world is murdered. And his wife is murdered, and he's the god, and his only left is the godson. He goes to confront the murderer, who he knows is the murderer. The murderer gets away, frames him for murder. He spent the next 12 years in a prison, being tortured by this. He turns his knowing of his innocence into obsession to keep his sanity, which still somehow is not so much. He's still not so much sane after he breaks out. So lives for the next 3 years and then dies to protect his godson. That's sad. And that's how I'm going to end this video, guys. Okay? I might do another video later. See you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit on it already. And I will see you in the next video.